Hi, this is Tabby Cat. Thanks for coming back. Sorry about the last video cutting off. So we're just gonna have a short one today. I'm gonna finish up from the last video and just answer a question someone had on shadow working. All right. So to start, we're gonna finish off on the last video, which was the deviant sexual behaviors. All right, so men may desire multiple sexual partners due to a combination of evolutionary, psychological, and social factors. Key drivers include a biological inclination for variety, um, a the Coolidge effect, seeking validation or emotional intimacy and societal norms that often validate or pass this behavior in men. These desires can exist regardless of commitment to a current partner. Evolutionary perspective, Bateman's principle. From a biological perspective, men's desires for multiple partners is often linked to an evolutionary drive for reproductive success known as the Coolidge effect, which posits a drive for sexual variety. Validation and self-worth. Sex can function as a signal of desirability and validation, with many men using sexual conquest to reinforce feelings of masculinity and self-worth. Emotional need for intimacy, often mistaken for purely physical desire. Some men have a deep need for connection, intimacy, and being chosen by multiple women, which can stem from emotional insecurities, mother wound, or psychological needs. Sometimes a compulsive need to sleep with many women stems from a deeper psychological issue, such as a mother wound, where a man seeks validation from a feminine figure that was missing in childhood. Masculine sexual essence. A masculine sexual essence may lead to a natural, often subconscious inclination towards sexual variety. While these desires exist, they often can be managed by commitment to one partner, and acting on them can stem from low emotional intelligence or selfish motivations rather than necessary uncontrollable need. Okay, so then someone had, the next one was red flags. Someone wanted to know what spiritual red flags were and how to know what they were. Okay, so seeing and knowing spiritual red flags and signs act as a divine warning system. An intuitive and spiritual prompting, often termed gut feeling, nudge, or prompting from the Holy Spirit, designed to signal misalignment, impending danger, or the need to pause, particularly regarding relationships, career choices, or personal spiritual direction. Key meanings and characteristics. Divine protection. These signs are not meant for shame, but to protect you from entering situations that lead to destruction or delay your purpose. Inner unease. They often manifest as a lack of peace or a check in your spirit despite things seemingly okay externally. Misalignment. Indications that your path is not aligning with your spiritual or personal goals, where you feel constant friction or forced effort. Need for discernment. They urge you to trust your intuition and pay attention to inconsistencies or character or patterns. All right. Examples of spiritual red flags. Constant friction. Feelings like you are pushing a boulder uphill, or that a situation is constantly draining your energy. Ignoring peace, sacrificing your inner peace just to maintain a relationship or situation. The check or lack of peace, an inexplicable inner feeling that you shouldn't proceed with a decision. Disregard for principles, seeing someone or yourself ignore fundamental morals, ethicals, or scriptural truths, indicating a drifting faith. All talk and no fruit. A situation or person that makes big promises but exhibits no positive, tangible results or character growth. Constant fear, living in fear of people, situations, or outcomes rather than having faith, which can signal a blocked spirit. Synonyms and related concepts, spiritual red flags and signs, divine warnings, red flags from the Holy Spirit, inner nudges, and prophetic warnings. Okay, how to respond. Trust your intuition. When you feel in your spirit that something is wrong, pay attention to it. Pause and assess. Stop making decisions based on desperation or fear and reevaluate. Seek truth, reevaluate your spiritual habits, and ask for clarity. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and go back. I'm just going to start the reading. All right. We're going to do the Celtic Cross. I'm using the Spiritual Tarot, the Astrology, and the Urban Pearl, and the Deadly Karmic cards. Okay, so the Celtic, we have 10 cards. If it cuts off, I'll just have to come back and do the other parts. Okay, so we have the present, the challenge crossing, the past, which is the foundation, the recent past, events that have just passed, that are distant past influences, okay, and the past that are leaving, and then we have the above conscious mind. All right, and then we have below subconscious, what is hidden. All right, and now we have to the side, we have advice, the self, external influences, the environment. My goodness. Okay, hopes or fears, and the outcome. Okay, so let's take a look. So for number one, the present card, which is the current situation and the primary concern, we have the King of Cups for the current situation. All right, well, we know the King of Cups, he's in control of his emotions. He knows when to show emotions, who to show emotions to, when not, when to give his cup, when not to. He still holds his throne, his crown, and his authority. Okay, so that's the present situation, so that's pretty good. You got the king. All right, so the challenge that's crossing the king, we have temperance. So the temperance card, okay, here's the king. And then we have temperance crossing the king. So the challenge is to find balance. So to try and find balance. So let's see what we're trying to find balance with. Okay, so then number three, we have the past, which is the underlying causes of the distant past influences. We have the King of Swords. Okay, so we're trying to balance the mental and the emotions. We have the King of Swords. So, and he has feathers around him, so he has spirits around him. He has wings too. All right, so we're trying to find a balance between our emotions and our mental. Okay, then number 4 is our recent past events that have just passed that are leaving. And that is the 6 of Wands. Okay. So the 6 of Wands is just leaving. So some kind of celebration is just leaving. It can be a celebration, a get-together, a coming together, a reunion. Okay, that's just leaving. Okay, so maybe some kind of get-together caused an imbalance between the mental and the emotion. All right, so now we are on the above, the conscious mind, the goals, conscious thoughts, or potential. And we have the 7 of Swords, which is deception and defeat, which is a lady with a sword, and there's swords around 2 other people, which are defeated by her. So you're feeling defeated after some reunion with someone, and you're trying to emotionally and mentally balance out after this reunion. Which the 7 of Swords, the swords are the mental, which maybe it's just a mental defeat that's feeling defeated. Because these people, you know, she's holding her sword. She's looking away from them. The other lady's looking the other way. The man looks scared. There's 2 women there, so maybe, I don't know, maybe there was a third party that has shown up at this meeting, and the man was not expecting that. All right, let's go to the below, which is the subconscious, and that's the underlying hidden influences. And we have the 5 of Pentacles, which is feeling lack and left out in the cold, which we have a couple here who looks like they're moving out of the castle. Okay, so we have the King of Cups, the King of Swords, that's emotions, mental. Temperance is balance, which is the challenge. 6 of Wands, which is a reunion, a celebration, a meetup. The 7 of Swords, which is defeat, deception, being deceived, feeling deceived, deceiving others, deceiving self, the mind. And then the 5 of Pentacles, feeling lack, feeling left out in the cold. Okay. And they're moving away from the castle. Okay. All right, so next we have advice from the self, which is the current attitude or perspective. We have more swords, the 5 of Swords. So 5 could be relevant. 5 is 5 of Swords usually is conflict. Here in this card, it looks like the conflict is done. They're surrendering the conflict. She's got her hands up. They're looking down. They're sitting. There's no more fighting. They give up. So whatever conflict there was, I would say the advice is to stop the conflict, to give it up, So that's the advice to self, to put down any conflict. So now is the external influences. This is the environment, people, forces that are affecting the situation. And this is the Page of Swords. Okay, there's a lot of swords, so definitely a lot of mind over emotions in this reading. A lot of mental, maybe a lot of air signs, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, or a lot of air in the chart. So Page of Swords, somebody younger, someone naive, someone who is spying, observing, studying someone. All right. So that's the external. There's too many people spying on the situation. All right, the next one is the hopes and fears, the internal hopes and anxieties regarding the situation. So this is the Knight of Swords again, lots of swords. So this is the hopes, the Knight of Swords. So the swords do come in quickly. So the hopes and fears. Let's see, so that's lightning coming down. He's got his sword up to the lightning. It's getting struck by the cloud. Oh, that would be a fear. You hold your sword up and you get struck by lightning. Definitely. And he's wearing a black cloak, trying to hide out in the night. And there's a mountain, which is an obstacle to get over. But that cloud is moving over the mountain. So once it gets over that mountain, it looks like things should be clear. So let's see what the outcome card is. So the final result based on the current outcome is the Two of Wands. Okay, well, that's not bad. So we have clear weather. We have two masculines with two wands crossed. And we have a sunny day. And the Two of Wands is planning for the future. So that's a positive. So after all these swords, we're finally in the mental and we get to a fire card, which is planning and actually action, because the wands are action cards. We literally have 1, 2, 4, 5. We have 5 sword cards in here. That's a lot. All right, so I'm going to clarify all these with the Crow deck. All right, let's clarify the King of Cups. Can we clarify the King of Cups, the current situation, please? Clarify the King of Cups. Clarify the King of Cups. Okay, anything want to come up? Oh, there we go. All right, and we have community. So the King of Cups and the community. So We have the crow going toward the tree, which is a community of crows surrounded by a community of buildings. So the King of Cups is probably a people pleaser and is worried about what the people are going to say in regards to a situation. So that's not good. So I can see why they're worried about the mental over the emotion. Okay, can we get a clarifier on the Temperance card? Clarify the Temperance card, please. Clarify the Temperance. Clarify. Oh, shoot. All right, we have balance, which is temperance itself. So the need to balance, and we got two more. So balance, release. So release what is no longer needed. And ka-ching. I'm gonna look that one up. 7, 7, 7, 7. Okay, ka-ching. I had to look it up what this card meant. Okay, so basically it states that the bird is pushing that down there to plant the seed, stating that it's not the right time to move forward, thinking that it's never going to be the right time to move forward because it has all these seeds to look after, but that doesn't mean that it's never going to be the right time. It just means that at that moment it's not the right time. And it doesn't mean you have to wait for all these seeds to be ready. Like, you can go have that conversation, that reunion, have the reunion, come back, and then watch over your seeds again. Don't always wait for a right time, because there never is a right time ever, literally. All right, can we get a clarifier for the King of Swords, please? King of Swords. And that is too many. All right, King of Swords, of course, is mental, so we have communication. That's what the King of Swords is good at. He's good at communicating. That's just like the Queen of Swords. She uses her sword to put up boundaries, to communicate clearly, and to use her authority when needed. So use him to speak your mind, speak clearly, and to be authentic with what you need to say. All right, the Five of Pentacles. Let's clarify the Five of Pentacles. What is that about with the subconscious? Why is the subconscious feeling a lack? Why is the subconscious feeling a lack? We didn't know. Can we clarify the Five of Pentacles for the subconscious, please? Okay, the subconscious, we got fear. Okay, definitely with the subconscious, you need to do some sound healing. Get rid of the fear and the lack mentality. Do some sound healing. Do some binaural beats, whatever you need to do. Get rid of that. Do some positive affirmations. Yes, that will help with that. All right, let's see what the Seven of Swords, this deception is for your conscious mind is. Seven of Swords for the conscious mind. What is that? What's the Seven of Swords for the conscious mind? All right. We have distraction. I'm not taking those. We have distraction. So it's a crow with two crows. One's eating, one's on the tree squawking, and a dog getting distracted. Okay. So yeah, probably a third party because you have the two women there, one with the sword, one's walking away, and the guy in between. So the guy was probably distracted in one way or another. No excuses, but yes. Stop with the excuses. Grow up. All right, let's see what this Six of Wands is, the meetup. What is this Six of Wands meetup? Celebration. Congregation. What is it? What's this Six of Wands meetup? Party. Celebration. What is this meetup? Six of Wands. Clarify, please. Okay. We have observation. Okay, so somebody was observing somebody at the party or at the meetup. Who knows? Maybe the third party came to the party. All right. Maybe that is the two girls that ran into each other at the bathroom. Who knows? Oh boy, how nice. Yes, and they were curious about the other one. Wondering if that was them. Okay. All right, let's see this. Five of Swords. Okay, let's clarify the Five of Swords. The conflict, which in this card it looks like surrender. What's this Five of Swords? Clarify this Five of Swords. Clarify the Five of Swords. All right, we got insight. All right, the bird is placing another rock in the jar. All right, so he's surrendering what he has to the jar. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have luck. All right, you surrender, and then better things will come. And then we have protection sticking out. Yeah, so whatever conflict you have, whether it's in your mind, which it probably is because that's the swords, it needs to end. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, get over it, whatever's in the mind. I mean, not trying to be mean, but how long can you go on with, like, beating yourself up each and every day, fighting yourself with whatever it is that's going on? All right, let's see what the Page of Swords is. Who is this, like, spying on the outside, other people interfering in the relationship? Page of Swords. What is this? Who is it? What are they doing? Page of Swords. What are they doing? Why? All right, two cards. Page of Swords, resistance and territory, of course. Okay, they're spying and interfering because they don't want that person to be in their territory, and so they are resisting them coming in with that person. And so on the bottom of the deck, we have trickery. So they're also doing trickery and isolation tactics and showing dominance on this relationship. All right. Basically, you need to keep your relationship between you guys. Not to say you can't have it public. That's not it. I'm just saying don't be telling your problems to other people. Keep your stuff private. Don't share stuff that shouldn't be shared. All right, let's see what the Knight of Swords is. All right, clarify the Knight of Swords. All right, we have teamwork. All right, and they both have the black in there. Okay, so teamwork. As a relationship, you need to have teamwork. We have warning and nature on the bottom of the deck, which nature with the lightning hitting, and dominance and anticipation. All right. So yes, definitely be a team player. Listen to each other speak. All right, and let's see the ending. The Two of Wands. Clarify the Two of Wands is the outcome, the final outcome for this relationship. Show me the Two of Wands is the final outcome for this relationship, please. All right, we got... Oh, let me do it again. Two of Wands for this final outcome for the relationship. Preparation. And on the bottom, influence, ghost, and soar. All right, so preparation number 37, which that turns into a 10, which is completion. And this is also preparation, planning for the future. So that is the final outcome for that relationship after this meetup and conversation. All right, so plan for the future. Okay, so I will get, we can do some, we'll do the deadly affair love triangle since we have third party popping up in here, and we have the community getting involved. We'll see what comes out. Okay. All right, give me anything for this third party and community getting involved in this relationship, please. Thank you. Okay, let's see what all popped out. Oh boy. Okay. We have multiple sexual partners. Somebody's living a double life and there's drugs on there. Awareness. Charmer. Somebody's a charmer. That's like the Knight of Cups energy. And one night stands. So somebody's having one night stands. Somebody needs to use protection. They're not using protection. And unexpected love. And then we have toxic connection. Love, shirt, and hurt. Somebody's in a toxic connection. All right, let's see anything else. Anything else for this relationship? All right, and we also have, we have addicted to sex with her. Same-sex affair. Looks like two masculines, but it could be two feminines as well. Not knowing what to do. And unexpected pregnancy, which goes back to that unprotected sex. Financial ties, which you will have if you have an unexpected pregnancy. Secret hookups. All right. Anything else to close this one out? Anything else? All right, toxic again. So it's definitely toxic. And we had love child pop out and trapped in connection. All right. So that is it. All right. Now we'll do the astrology, my favorite. All right, we'll see what comes out with the astrology. All right, give me something for this reading with the astrology. What wants to come out for this reading? It's funny because the air signs wanted to pop out, so we'll take that. What else wanted to pop out? I just saw water signs. Oh, what was that? What else? Oh, okay. We have, all right, we have the 4th house, which is Cancer. All right. Cancer. Home, life, ancestry, family, legacy, family life, comfort, security, nurturing, privacy, parental interaction, childhood, intimate relationships. This house is associated with either the dominant parent or the mother figure from childhood. It deals with our foundation, upbringing, and the family roots. The 4th house cusp is the IC immune coli. All right. That's Cancer. All right, then we have the cadent houses popping out, which is 3, 6, 9, and 12. Mutable signs. Adaptable, flexible, analytical, communicative, intellectual, why can I not talk? Intellectual, fluid, education, focus on knowledge. Cadent houses are the last in the series. They are often seen as the least influential in the chart. Many planets in these houses indicates a flexible and adaptable personality. You may have an easier time going with the flow and adjusting to circumstances. All right, and then we have Mercury, communication. So lots on communication. That's why we had all these swords. Gemini and Virgo. Intellect, education, communication, messenger, travel, reasoning, memory, speaking skills, mental activity. Mercury is the Roman god of communication and messenger. In your chart, the astrological sign that Mercury is in indicates how you reason, communicate, and interact intellectually with others. It also governs short-term travel. Mercury makes it through a sign in about 15 days. And the last one, air signs. Air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, intellectual, sarcastic, detached, communicative, motivated, critical, rational, resistant, quick-witted, analytical, changeable, inventive, relentless, and judgmental. Air signs. All right, so lots of intellect, lots of mental, lots of communication and travel. So, if you learned anything from this reading, stay out of toxicity situations, communicate, be authentic, have boundaries when you need them, and if you're living in your mind and you can't get out of it, do some frequency sound healing work that will help, and do some affirmations that will also help. All right, well, I hope you have a blessed night, and that is it. Thank you. Bye.